All right, in this lesson, we are going to show you how, well, we already showed you, so we are going to go through an example of taking the journal entries that we did in example 1 and moving them or posting them to their individual ledgers. So I've already shown you this, but this is the example walkthrough of hopefully what you already know. So if you don't know it, go back to that lesson and then come back here. So let's go ahead and get started here. These are the journal entries that we completed in example 1. We are now going to post these journal entries to the actual ledger, remembering that we do journal entries in the general journal or subsidiary journal. And then once we've done that, we post them or move them to the the ledger accounts for each account. So that's what we're doing here. We're just moving them to the ledger account so that we actually have a running total of what's going on to each account. Because remember, a general journal just has a list of all of the journal entries. It's not categorized by any type of account. So if we looked at the general journal, we wouldn't know how much cash we had left over or how much cash we have now. We would have to look at the ledger, because the ledger summarizes all of the results for the cash account and summarizes all the results for the accounts payable account, and so on and so on. So that's what we're going to do here. So these are our journal entries. We've got a compound journal entry as the first one. We have no journal entry as the second one. And then we've got two straightforward journals at the very end. So let's look at each one of them individually. So here we have this debit to equipment, credit to cash, credit to accounts payable. And when we post it, all we're doing is we're moving the amount to the individual ledger that it goes into. We're going to do it based on the debit and credit that we did in the journal entry. So in this case, we've got the equipment here. It was a debit. So we're going to move this to here, and we're going to put 12,000 on the left side. Debit meaning left. All right. Cash. Cash is on the right side. So we're going to move that over here. So 4,000 on the right side. And then accounts payable. Accounts payable 8,000. That's going to go to the right side. So 8,000 there. Now we're not done with this, so I wouldn't say that this would be a great time to total. But if we were to total on the cash, we have 35,000 on the left, 4,000 on the right. If you remember what I said in the last couple of lessons regarding T account, I said we take the bigger number, subtract from the smaller number, and we put it on the bigger number side. So in this case, we have 35,000 on the left, 4,000 on the right. 35 minus 4 is 31,000. 31,000, that balance goes on the bigger side being the left-hand side. We would do that for all of them, but again, we're not done yet, so we'll just keep on going. So let's move to part 2 here. If you notice part 2, we have no entry. If we don't have any entry, we don't post anything. So if we don't post anything, we are done. Notice here I've updated this with that first transaction that we did a minute ago. All right, moving on to part 3 here. It should say part 3. Don't know why it says part 2. Probably just a copy job. All right, so here we go. Accounts payable, debit 8,000. So we're going to find the accounts payable. Accounts payable is here, and looks like we debited. So debited is left. So we'll put on the left side $8,000. Now, if you notice, now our bigger side is both of them, so bigger minus bigger, so 8,000 minus 8,000, 0. So accounts payable right now is sitting at $0, meaning we don't owe anybody any money. We also have a credit here of 8,000 of cash, so we're going to put that here, so 8,000 there. So our cash goes from 31,000 to 23,000, so 35,000 minus 12,000, which gives us $23,000 left in cash. So we now have $23,000 in cash. We now know that because of this. All right, moving on to the last one here, part 4. Supplies, debited 5,000. So we'll go over to supplies. It's debited 5,000. And then how do we pay it? We paid it with an IOU. That IOU is going to go on the right side because it was a credit. So right side credit, $5,000 there. Now that is all of our entries. So we can go ahead and we can add them all up. I can tell you we have 27,000 here. We have 5,000 here. We have 13,000 here, and 12,000 here. Remember, bigger minus smaller goes on bigger. So add up all your debits, all your credits, take the bigger minus the smaller, that goes on the bigger side. So that's what our balances is. So I've got a whole bunch of scribble marks here, but this is the cleaner version here. Our ending balance for cash is $23,000. Our ending balance for supplies, we've got $13,000 in supplies. Our ending balance for equipment, we have $12,000 worth of equipment. And then our ending balance for accounts payable, we have $5,000 that we still owe to a vendor. So that's how we post to a T account or a ledger account. Super easy. All we're doing is we're copying and pasting. The hardest part where students get mixed up is remembering to post it in the same side as the journal entry. So if it's on the left side of the journal entry, or if it's the debit side, it's going to go on the left side of the T. If it's a credit, we're going to put it on the credit side. We're going to put it on the right side of the T. So that's all we're doing at the end of the day, is putting it on the left or right side of the T of the actual account that it belongs to. So that is a look at posting, or that is an example of posting of a journal entry. So hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, it is Patrick. Don't forget to press the like button and share this video with someone who could get a lot of use from watching this lesson, like maybe a classmate or maybe a friend or maybe just a parent, just because you wanted to share this video because you're very excited about what you saw. Share it with someone. And if you want to help us grow and help us make sure that we put the very best in accounting topics out on YouTube, make sure you press the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. That way you're alerted every time we post videos to this channel. Now, I do this with every one of my classes at the end of class. What did you learn from this lesson? Put that in the comment section below, and I'll respond to you on what you got out of this video. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next lesson.